Not too long ago, Eddie Hearn took to Twitter to announce that he had started the negotiation process for a possible unification bout between Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant. Today, however, Lance Pugmire from The Athletic actually tweeted out that Triple G had been contacted by Dazn just to see if he would be free and willing to fight and step in for Canelo on the date of September. While Lance Pugmire also specified that Triple G's team is not sure if they're legitimately interested in a trilogy bout with Triple G or if they're just using that as leverage to further bait Caleb planning to actually fighting Canelo in September. Triple G answered that he's ready, willing, and available. And while I'm not mad at the possibility of a trilogy between Canelo and Triple G, because let's be real, Triple G gave Canelo possibly the most competitive fight since his catchweight days, right? So I'm not mad at it, though I would much rather have Canelo and Caleb Plant face each other just for the sake of having yet another undisputed champion. I can see why a lot of boxing fans feel like a trilogy is needed because, a lot of people feel Triple G won the first one instead of a draw. I'm one of those people. And with the second one, even if Canelo did win it, people feel like, well, there should be a third one, which is the ultimate tiebreaker, right? However, Canelo has a lot of opposition that would also be a really good fight for him to make, regardless, outside of Triple G. And as I mentioned, I just want undisputed in every freaking weight class possible. We just got treated to an undisputed 140 champion with Josh Taylor beating Ramirez not too long ago. We also will have Castaño versus Jermel Charlo this Saturday, so that's already another undisputed champion. And I would love to have another undisputed champion at 168 this upcoming September. And while again, I'm not mad at the possibility of a trilogy between Triple G and Canelo, for another division to have an undisputed champion would be amazing. A lot of people speculate that the fight between Caleb Plant might not come to fruition because Caleb Plant is selling himself out. Though I do feel like he should just be offered the same type of money that Canelo's previous opponents have made, plus a little bit more because he does hold the last piece to the puzzle for Canelo to cement his legacy. While a lot of people feel like Plant's opposition has not been the best to get where he's at, he still holds the belt that Canelo wants. And Caleb Plant knows that. And I'm not mad at him for saying, hey, if you want to beat me and you want a chance at this belt, then it's gonna cost you. And again, I'm not mad at it. A lot of other people also claim that just like the first two times that Canelo offered the fight to Caleb Plant, PBC actually wants to make a multi-fight deal with Canelo Alvarez, resulting in two more fights with fighters of, their stable. Why I wouldn't be mad at that, especially because we know that David Benavides is also with the PBC stable. We know that Charlo is there too. We could be like Caleb Plant if he wins against Caleb Plant, defend against David Benavides. And lastly, if Charlo does decide to move up to 168, he can defend it against Charlo as well. And though that seems like a pretty solid plan, I don't think Canelo should be, not necessarily not forced, but I don't think that should be a requirement for them to give Caleb Plant the fight to Canelo. That shouldn't be a freaking argument. It shouldn't be like, well, in order for you to get this fight with Caleb Plant, you have to agree to fight two of our other guys. Well, I would love that. And I'm not saying I wouldn't. I would love that scenario. I don't think it should be a requirement, or it's fair for it to be a requirement for Canelo to be able to fight for the belts, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure all fans just want an undisputed champion. This money situation is also not something new to Canelo, as he always has to give a little bit extra to whoever he's fighting because they know they're looking for that payday. You want payday, right? From Canelo. And again, with Caleb Plant, I don't blame him. And I really do hope that they give him just how much he wants. 12. I heard he's asking somewhere around up to 20 million, 20,000. 20 million, right? So does it seem like a lot? Perhaps. But at the same time, if Canelo really wants to make the unification bout, then fuck it, give it to him. Canelo has been beefing with Golden Boy back when he was with Golden Boy because they had not offered an opponent that he wanted, enough money, and the negotiations failed. So I feel like if Canelo really wants this fight, then he should just give the man the money, and make the fight happen so he can cement his legacy. Though, of course, Eddie Reynoso also took to Twitter not too long ago to say good things are coming or good news are yet to come or something like along those lines. And a lot of people are saying that that just means that there's going to be a trilogy with Triple G and not necessarily a Caleb Plant for Undisputed. Eddie Reynoso has also said in previous interviews that they would not mind going up to 175 once again to challenge Arthur Bertabiev, which I don't see the point in that. I mean, I see the belt, but why not just unify? Why not just become undisputed? Canelo could have became undisputed at 160 by fighting Boo Boo Andre, right? But he moved up, and before that by fighting Charlo, and then he moved up. Here he has a chance to just fight one more guy, It's in his way, and then for him to move up to fight Bertabiev, I would rather that happen after, if that makes sense. After you already became undisputed at 168, right? Lastly, though, again, Triple G fans, I'm a huge Triple G fan. Don't come for me. The reason why I feel like a third Triple G match, though entertaining as ever, it would not really prove much for Canelo, is that, people have been saying that Canelo waited for Triple G to get old in order to even, beat him the way he did. And in order to even, just have a draw with the guy. So now that Triple G is even older, I feel like people are not going to give Canelo credit for beating him anyway, especially if he defeats him in devastating fashion this time. I don't think Canelo would get any sort of credit for defeating an older Triple G. And if Triple G does, still continue to have the success as he had the previous two fights, people would only criticize Canelo more and say that an old Triple G is giving him problems and all this other narratives that people love to give. So, though again, I would not mind, and I would definitely be there wherever this fight took place if a trilogy came to fruition with Triple G. I still feel like both with Triple G, it just wouldn't people would just not give him credit. It would just be like, there's this guy beating up an old guy type of narrative that they give for all the names in Canelo's resume, right? So I really hope the undisputed fight happens. I'm hoping that the announcement is soon, whatever announcement is. But if the fucking unification fight does not happen, the undisputed title does not go to one person this September, I'm going to be so mad, you guys. I just want a unified champion, an undisputed champion at 168. I want Canelo to, he always says he's talking about he always says he wants history. He always says he wants to make legacy, and that's why he fights the opponents that he fights. So I really hope he doesn't let a couple $1,000,000 that he fucking does have, right? Stop this fight. I can understand him not wanting to promise a promotional network two other fights within their stable. I can see that, but I don't think it should stop him from pursuing, to become undisputed and again further cement his legacy. Let me know what you think, though. Do you feel like you'd rather see Triple G against Canelo this fall because of the competitive aspect of it, and you're tired of seeing Canelo just, wash these dudes? Or do you rather, like me, have an undisputed guy and then have Canelo take on the Bertabievs of the world, maybe Bivol, maybe, shit, I don't think so, but hopefully Benavides, right? Let me know what you think in the comments and how you feel about this whole situation with Canelo's possible next opponent this fall. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and show all your homies my videos so that I could get a little bit more love in this channel. And I'll see you guys next time.